to something.
Stop the bus. Where are we going?
My people no struggle and pain. My people no go suffer in vain. Don't call me by my government name. My girl she badder than Rambo, a rider, Wambasaka the Lamb.
Hi guys, my name is Nekhavhambe Unarine and I am the spokesperson of the Youth Intelligence Club. Now I know that many of you have received your reports and are wondering on how you can start preparing for the following year, what resources you need to have, who you need to talk to, what videos you need to watch. Well, at the Youth Intelligence Club, we understand that this time is very crucial in setting the stage for a successful year. Now, we're going to deal with how exactly can you prepare for that jump into Matric. Let's get into it. The first tip that I have for you guys is organizing resources. This can be anything from your study guides, your past papers, your study notes, your online links, whatever resource you're going to be using in the following year. It's so important that everything has its own designated place. This is where you're going to keep life sciences notes and study guides. This is where you're going to keep physical sciences, accounting, whatever subject you may be doing. It's so important that everything is organized so that when it's time to use it, you don't find yourself freaking out, wondering, I thought it was here in this pile of notes, now I can't find it anymore. So it's so important that everything is where it's supposed to be. At YIC, as I indicated in the first video, we understand that as Matric students, you already have access to a plethora of resources, and it can be so overwhelming when you have so many things but you don't really know which one to start with because they are scattered all over the place. So what we're going to do for you guys is organize all of these notes, organize all of these links so that it's easier to access. So I would encourage you guys to join our WhatsApp channel. I'll put the link in the caption or the description, because that is where we're going to be providing you guys with all of these links, with all of these study notes, with all of these websites for past papers. So join our WhatsApp channel so that you can make sure that everything that you need is organized. Now, I know that it can be very difficult to know which subject do I start with, which one needs more time, which one do I need, to have more understanding on. So that's what the second tip is about, which subjects to prepare for during this December holiday. Firstly, guys, read the books. Read those stories, read those poems, the drama, the novel. Whether you're doing English, Chivenda, whatever subject you may be doing, read the books. I've heard of people saying, I went into the exam without reading the story. I'm like, question. So read the books. I think it's really important to just get it out of the way, because when school reopens, obviously your teacher is going to be telling you to read the books, and the time that others are going to be using to read those books, you're going to be using it to cover more content on other subjects and actually maybe doing past papers on that story or whatever the case may be. So it's just really important to just get it out of the way and know what the book is about, know what the poem is about, what the drama is about, and do research on it. Try to find the hidden meaning, the deeper meaning, because it's all about exaggerating and seeing things that aren't really there, So when you understand it and the teacher is teaching, you're like, oh, I read that but I didn't see it, And the other subject would be geography and life sciences. Now, these two are very content heavy subjects, so they need a lot of time. There's a lot of things that you need to cover, and it's not something that you can do within the span of a week or the day before the exam, because that is very risky. So use this time because it allows you to read things, and when the teacher is teaching, you're going to be receiving more of an understanding on that specific topic. And also because with these subjects, it's so important to know the content before the lesson, so that while the teacher is teaching, you know what questions to ask for, what topic do I really have to pay attention when he or she is teaching, so that I know to ask questions because I didn't get it while I was studying on my own. And they just need a lot of memorization, a lot of understanding, and that needs time. So utilize this time to cut down on that content, because next year by the time term 2 is over, you have to have finished everything. So why not do it now? Another subject that I had forgotten to mention is life orientation. We tend to underestimate LO, guys, and I'm telling you now, it is not general knowledge. study life orientation. And I know it can be very difficult to know what exactly do I study for LO, because usually the textbooks aren't very helpful, but that is what YIC is for. Guys, join our WhatsApp channel, because that is where we're going to be providing you with notes that we have found to be useful when studying for life orientation. I'm telling you, do not study LO the day before the exam. Do not study anything the day before your exam, because why would you want to take that risk? Utilize this time. It's one of those subjects that when you're thinking of studying it during the year, it's always like, oh, but there's physical sciences, there's mathematics, there's this, there's that, and you just put it off. So do it now. Get it out of the way so that you're not stressing about it, and you don't leave it to the last minute, because you will cry. Now, I'm just going to be giving you guys tips and advice on how you can really succeed in your matric year. The first one would be to have a schedule. There's nothing that's so frustrating other than realizing you spend so much time on one thing that you forgot to cater for another. So it's so important to have a schedule. Indicate that for this amount of time, for these 2 days, I'm going to be studying this subject, or for this amount of time, I'll be studying this specific topic, so that you make sure that you cater for each and every single thing, and that you pay proper attention to each and every single subject, each and every single topic, so that you're at the top of your game for everything. The second one would be to be consistent in every single thing in life in general. Consistency is key, because you may study for 5 hours on a random day and then skip 2 weeks and then study for another 5 hours. That's not going to yield any results. What would help is to have a specific time every single day. Guys, study every single day. Once your matric year starts, there's no time to rest. You'll rest in December. You'll have so much time to rest. I'm telling you, utilize this time. Be consistent, because when the school year opens, I'm telling you, you will not have time to do anything with tests and assignments and projects, whatever the case may be. So make sure that when you have time, you use it to study, and you're consistent every single day. The third one, just focus on yourself, guys. Focus on yourself. I know there's all of this pressure, especially when it comes to study styles or how you get certain things done. You think, oh, she does it in such a cool way. She uses cue cards, she uses mind maps, she uses do what works for you, because you are the only one who's going to be writing that exam. You're not going to be writing it with your friend who has beautiful notes. So make sure that you do what's best for you, and always make sure that you're ahead. I've been saying this so many times. Always make sure that you study before the lesson, so that during the lesson you have this understanding, and you can flex your knowledge and be like, oh, I have a question. And he's like, oh no, that's the next topic. And be like, I had a friend of mine who always did that. So it's so helpful when you know what's being taught, and you can ask questions because you've already moved forward, and you can, after lessons, you can go and ask the teacher, I didn't understand this, I studied it so many times, so can you explain more, and all of that. So always make sure that you're ahead of everything, so that you have time to do assignments, to study for tests, whatever the case may be. Do not hate the teacher. I'm telling you, if you strongly dislike a teacher, you're going to strongly dislike that subject. Because whenever they're teaching, you're going to be like, oh, I bet you said this thing about me. I'm saying just let it slide. Let it slide, and force yourself to like that teacher, and force yourself to like that subject. Don't be on some, oh no, I'm not passing well because I just don't really like it. It's not really my vibe. Everything has to be your vibe. Each and every single subject has to be your vibe in the following year. So make sure that you absolutely love that teacher, because then the lessons are going to become more enjoyable. You're going to feel more comfortable to ask questions and actually engage with the teacher during the lesson. And to build on that, another thing would be to have a close relationship with the teacher. I'm telling you, when you can just go to that teacher's office and just chill, you need a safe space. You need to have someone that you can just talk to. And I'm telling you, when you have that close relationship with the teacher, they might even sneak a tip or two about that upcoming test, or just give you resources that they're not giving to the rest of the class, because they like you. Teachers do that. It's human nature to have special preference to a person that you like. So just build on those relationships. Chase after that teacher during break and just sit there and chat with them, or just ask the most random questions in class, out of class. Just make sure that you have a close relationship with your teacher because they know the exam structure. Break times are not free time. I'm telling you, break time, it's time for you to eat and do your homework and brush up on that topic. I'm telling you, free time is gone. Free time is gone, I'm telling you, because during break, it's that time where you want to hang out with your friends and just want to unwind. You have December to do that. I'm telling you, it's going to really help you because when you get home, you're going to be thinking, I have to study for that test. There is no way I'm writing that homework, but it might be helpful. So do it during break. If you have studies at your school after, school ends for the little kids, then use that time to do a bit of revision on the things that were taught in class, to write your homeworks, and then you can rest when you get home, please. And another thing would be to utilize recent exam papers, past exam papers from 2021, 2, 3, 4. Those are the ones that you should be focusing on first, and then you can go to the ones in 2019, 2007 if you can find those. Make sure that you utilize recent past papers. Make sure you utilize the past papers from different provinces, because obviously your examiner is going to come from one of those provinces, so the style of asking the questions, you might bump into it. So make sure you utilize those. And another thing, utilize the exam guidelines. That will save your life, especially with things like physical sciences when it comes to definitions, because they can be so strict. There's certain key terms that you cannot miss when you're defining certain things, is what we learned the hard way this year, So make sure that you utilize the exam guidelines, because they tell you what are they going to ask in the exam, because they won't ask you things that are not in the exam guideline, is what I've been told, So make sure that you utilize that, and utilize the annual teaching plan and the diagnostic report, all of these documents that indicate what is going to be taught in this period of time, because then you'll have sort of like a time frame as to, in this week they're going to be teaching this, so I have to have been ahead by all of that, and it just really helps you with your consistency. And when you're ahead, you feel good and you feel less stressed, because I'm telling you, there are so many things that are going to stress you out next year. So just take the load off this holiday. Take bit by bit, ease yourself off of the pressure and the stress that you're going to experience next year, because it's inevitable. So you might as well just take the necessary steps to lessen the load, if you get what I mean. Yeah, that's all that we at YIC have for you guys. If you guys need more detail on how to make a study schedule, on how to be consistent, then just give us a comment, give us a like, and then we'll provide whatever it is that you guys need, because we're here to help you. But remember, this is for the youth, so we're here to help you guys, whatever it is that you may need. And just to mention it one last time, join the WhatsApp channel, because that's where you're going to find our notes, that's where you're going to find the links, that's where you're going to find tutoring lessons, all of those things. So join our WhatsApp channel. And yeah, thank you guys for your support. I'll see you in the next video.